A presentation of the United States Fish and Wildlife Service.
Hi, I'm Mark Madison, the historian at the National Conservation Training Center in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. And I'd like to welcome you to another in our series of Conservationists in Action. And today we're really fortunate to have Ned Tillman with us, who's the author of a recently published book called The Chesapeake Watershed, A Sense of Place and a Call to Action. It's a really good book. I've actually honestly read it twice. I guess the first obvious question is, what led you to write this book?
That is a good question. I guess I got to a point in my career where I had done a lot of work in the environmental arena and thought there was something I might be able to share with others to encourage others to be good stewards of the environment. So I sat down just because I had to write, and I created a number of vignettes, and then I had other people read them, and with time I evolved this mixture of anecdotes of growing up in the Chesapeake Watershed with what I know professionally about the environment, with all the problems going on. I was saying, let's weave them together in some way that could be entertaining, but also informative, and also hopefully stimulating for whoever picks it up, whether they live in the Chesapeake Watershed or some other watershed, to actually start caring about the watershed a little bit more.
And it's organized in an interesting way. At the end of each chapter, you have suggestions on what people can do. Where did you get that idea from?
That was quite a battle, and with my publisher, you know, it's just to put the suggestions in each chapter as opposed to the end. But I really wanted people to be able to pick up the book and read any chapter they wanted. If they were interested in fungi or the Atlantic flyway, they could just read that chapter. And each chapter evolves to what I've seen has changed in the last 50 years. And so it's almost obvious to me that, you know, if you get, you know, engrossed in the book and say, yeah, I've seen that change too, what can I do about it? I wanted to place the suggestions at the end of each chapter.
It's very helpful. And I even like how you broke it down. What can individuals do? What can corporations do? What can the government do? I thought that was useful.
It takes all of us.
I was reading on two levels, the government and the individual. I don't have a corporate connection yet.
You know, it's so easy to step back and say, well, you know, it's a big problem.
Right.
You know, if China's not doing anything, you know, what could my action be? But I really wanted to make the point that it's all up to the individual.
Yeah.
These individuals make those decisions, whether it's at home, at the office, or in government.
Point well taken. And really, the key is, if you want to learn more about the Chesapeake Bay watershed, if you want to have an interesting, enjoyable read the book by Ned Tillman. But if you had one bit of advice for those of us that live in the watershed to go out on, what would that be?
Certainly to get outside. I mean, if you get nothing else out of the book but the desire to go outside and actually, you know, find the area you can fall in love with. I think we only care for the places we love. And so if nothing else, I hope people get outside a little bit more and become better stewards of the watershed.